I am super excited for today's episode. We're gonna go back to last year. Exactly 1 year ago, I was in Texas. I just landed around 12-ish, 1-ish, and then I got the car, and at some point I realized that my pants had been broken for a while, and thankfully I had those biking shorts underneath, because if not they would have seen my underwear, even though they probably thought that was my underwear. But that was truly embarrassing. But really, it's the episode is about just kind of like, it's crazy how time goes, how fast time goes, and two, like, things can be so different from 1 year, and things can change so drastically, or not drastically in the sense of like it's a completely different in a way. So let me explain by starting the episode. So thank you so much for listening and watching Melo Merezco, and coming back. I forgot how my intro goes. But don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, share, because that's a personal podcast. You also comment. You can also comment on Spotify and follow an Apple Podcast as well. So yeah, I was kind of like been wanting to make an episode about like just. Oh, by the way, a little context is I am in Tennessee, and I am doing like a work exchange at a farm, so it's pretty much in exchange for work. I get to have a place to stay and food, so that's pretty cool. And it's been an experience for sure. Like, I definitely, that's what I'm saying, where in the beginning where like things could be so different, because I never would have expected to be at a farm working. And honestly, I've gained so much admiration and appreciation and like love to farmers, because the work that they do, it's like they really like, most of them, if not all of them, who are doing this stuff, like they love it, because it is not easy work, and I've definitely come to acknowledge that and appreciate that. So all of the love to farmers out there. And this is a really cool experience because it's a woman-owned farm, so it's really cool. It's kind of like to see that aspect as well, because yeah, it's just like, it's a lot of work. I feel like I wouldn't be able to do that. Yeah, this is definitely not like the path for me to make most of my income, but maybe at some point I'll definitely have like a homestead or a garden, and if I'm like super rich, I'll like buy a farm and like make someone else do the work. But I think going back to the topic of the day is that it's just, I really would have never thought that I would be here in Tennessee for a whole month, just learning so many different things, whether it's like the whole farming aspect of like what it takes, the different like there's like the peaceful tasks, the peaceful jobs, I guess, and like up potting. How did this caterpillar end up here? Oh my god. Hopefully it's not venomous. But yeah, so it's like there's like the tasks are very peaceful, very chill. This caterpillar is gonna go up my phone. Oh my god. That's so nasty. That's another thing I feel like my inner self, like my inner like city or urban suburban me, it's kind of like I want to scream just like seeing these animals. Like, I don't know if I could show you real quick. It's, if you're like watching, you could see the caterpillar right there, right? It's just so crazy how many animals. I want to go on. How many animals and insects? How many insects are in here? It's just crazy. Like my inner, when I was, we were taking out weeds from one of the beds, and there were so many worms. I was so thankful that I had gloves, because like my inner self, again, I just wanted to scream. I'm like, but yeah, so all these crazy experiences. Another experience, like literally the first full day that I was here, I got like a big bite. I got a super big bite. I'll try to put a video up here if you're watching. And it's like it was like, from like the big picture you could see they're like mosquito bites almost, but at the moment when it was all happening, when I got bit, I felt like my whole leg felt like just like electric shocks, and just like that tiny bite, I just felt it all over my leg. And I still, to this day, 2 weeks later, I still don't know what it was. We still don't know what it was. But that was painful. That was painful. That was extremely painful. I was tearing up. I could probably tear up now just thinking about the pain. It's crazy. So it's like all these experiences that I never thought I would have. I was like, I'm having these experiences, and it's just crazy because even like after I came back from the trip from Texas, first of all, and if you watch the previous episodes for where I do talk about the trip, just like that whole experience was just like, in one word, I could describe it as like miracles. Miracles, literally miracles. Like experiences I never thought I was gonna have, or like I didn't expect for things to happen that way. It just ended up happening, and I was so blessed, really, with like all these infinite possibilities that God, like, or universe gives us. And it's like we just gotta believe and trust. So now, like, even like, and then when I did came back, I got into a funk, and then it was a lot of like, what's next, what I'm gonna do. So I was just like either working, I was making YouTube videos, I think, but I was still in the quest of like, what's next, what am I supposed to do, and really like, how can I have a more what's the word, how do you phrase it, was like a more stable, have more stable and more financial so how to have more financial stability. And I still don't have it. But I ended up saving, and really the goal at some point was to do the road trip. And if you watch previous episodes, you see that at some point I was about to buy my uncle's car, and then like a few weeks later, like it ended up not happening because they ended up moving here, like to Connecticut, and like they needed a car, so they couldn't sell it, and I couldn't leave with the car because they needed the car. So it was a lot of like, okay, never mind. So I wasn't able to buy the car at that point, and so like pretty much like the whole trip got postponed because I wasn't able to buy. I wanted to buy I either wanted to buy a reliable car, I wanted to buy a Honda Element, or a Honda or Toyota car, like a CRV or Pilot or Toyota. What was the Toyota? I don't remember what were the models for Toyota, but definitely Honda Elements were. And I even went to like dealerships. I went to Volkswagen, and like I drove the ID Buzz van. That was freaking cool. And so how did it get here? The caterpillar, the caterpillar is here again. That's fucking wild. So through that whole process, it was a lot of like doubt of what am I supposed to do, but also like doing the inner work of like just keep like putting out some YouTube videos, doing some podcasts, doing the inner work of what do I want, and just like following the signs. So at this point, that was the goal was the road trip. And because it wasn't able to happen, I was like, okay, what can I do? And this was literally like a month and a half ago, where it's like, okay, if I can't do the road trip, what can I do? Like what, like God, universe, archangels, like everybody, give me some signs. And at some point, I remember about the application Wove. I think I already knew this when I was doing the road trip, and the plan was to stay at a farm once, like for a week, and then like go to another state, stay at another farm, blah blah blah. So I was like, okay, if I'm already doing the Wove thing, and I could stay at that place for like a couple weeks, then why not do that? Just travel, like get a farm that can pick me up from there, like someone from the farm that can pick me up from the airport, and like we just figure it out from there, So that was kind of like me following my intuition / impulsivity. So I started messaging some farms. Some farms like they couldn't, or they were booked. And then at the farm that I am right now, that's when that's where it started, or that's where the plan of going to a farm and going to another state, staying in a farm, was accomplished. I don't know if I could still shout. I don't know when this episode is coming out. I think it's like next week. I think I should be like almost gone. So shout out to Blue Heron Farm or Farmstead, and yeah, it's just Brittany is such an awesome person. Like, and one of the goals too was to be at a farm, be surrounded with people who love what they do. Like they genuinely love what they do. And yes, there's like the obstacles and there's the like why, but then there's like that when you at least when I see her, it's like that admiration, that like that awe, being in awe of like the simplest things, or like the plants like growing. It's like, oh my god, it's so beautiful, or like, oh my god, look at this, or like even like insects, or like rocks. Like it's just so fucking crazy, the love that someone's putting into their work, like with the whole farming, and then just like their whole lifestyle as well. So I think that was really cool, and something I've learned a lot about, like being more present and just admiring and being in awe of all the simplest things, like the trees and the like this freaking caterpillar that I don't even know where it is anymore. But you know, it's all these things, and it's so freaking cool. And I'm so freaking grateful for Brittany, for Chris, who's also here, like helping out, and just like the universe, God, like for bringing me into this space where it's safe, where I feel safe, where it's just amazing individuals and just an amazing place. It's just like, I don't know, you can't really see it from here, but like behind me you could kind of see like I don't know if it's like mountains, but there's like a bunch of trees, but it's like kind of looks like mountains, and it's so freaking awesome. And so like the view is so amazing, and I'm just so grateful. And going back to the whole episode, like topic of this episode is like, you just don't know what can happen. I don't know why I said it like that. But it's such an interesting thing, because I would have never imagined that I would be spending a whole month at a farm. And it's just like, again, I've gotten a lot of appreciation of like what they do, and like all the logistics, and like the income wise too. Like I go buy at your farm, go buy at a farmer's market, and it also allows you to kind of like work on your finances, because I'm not gonna lie, like there are some things I'm like, oh my god, these are kind of expensive. But I think like being able to work on my financial mindset and my money mindset, it's like, one, because I also got appreciation. Two, is like quality stuff. It's not just like, oh, like chemicals or any like things that's harmful for us. Like no, it's like everything's either organic or made at home, homemade. Whether it's like I bought some creams, I bought some candles, and it's just so freaking cool to kind of like see that. But what was I gonna say also? Yeah, it's like you just don't like if I would have admitted to the whole plan of like the road trip, I would have been at home like fuck, like I can't buy a car, like I don't have money to buy a car, or you know, like why did my uncle had to like come live with us? You know, there's a lot of excuses or a lot of like victimization that I could have done, and thankfully I didn't go that route, and thankfully I found the caterpillar. It's just the climate's going everywhere, and you know, I really didn't. I was like, okay, what is possible? Like, what can I do? What are the options, right? And so that's exactly what I did. And now I'm here in Tennessee. I'm in Tennessee, and it's just freaking wild to kind of like see the process, and also the scenarios that kind of had to, like things I had to kind of like go through to like to get here, like things that you would never expect. And it's just like literally working on yourself on like not having that victim mentality, on being able to redirect and kind of like, okay, what are my options, what are not, and going with the flow, in the sense of like, okay, if this is not working, what else can I do? If this is not an option, okay, what's another option? Like just opening doors when one closes. When a door closes, opening another one. You know, so that's pretty much like what it is. And I'm not gonna lie, it's definitely not easy. I've through this past year, I did 3 therapy sessions, and I did 1 palm reading. So I was always trying to figure out, okay, like, is there something, like, am I stuck somewhere? Do I have like an implante, or do I have like a family curse that's like cursing my life, or like why can't I do the things that I want to do? And you know, I don't know if it was the therapy sessions, energetic work, like cleansing. I don't know what it was. I don't know if like this was already part of the journey. I was just doing the work. But I ended up here. I ended up here, and it's just, I'm just in awe every day, to be honest. Like, and there's like times where I don't think there's been a time where like, oh, why am I here? But I'm like, it's more of like, oh my god, I have to. Like, there's some working here. Like today, we were like digging up freaking like there's like these giant blocks of like clay, and that they had digging up, and we had to like grab those big pieces, put it into buckets, go all the way to the end of the bed and or the garden, and just like dump it in there. And that shit was heavy. I was like, my back, I need to go stretch after this, because it's just like there's some tasks where it's like, oh my god, this is a lot of fucking work. It's crazy. And then there's other ones where it's like so peaceful, like potting, which there's a video that you can definitely go watch, or just like planting the seeds, or there's another fun one that I did. I'll put the video up here if you're watching on YouTube, but if you're listening, it was like this. Let's call it like a big U, but there's corners on the U, right? So, and then on the bottom there's like giant metal like sticks, you could say, like claws. Yeah, like claws, but they're straight. Oh my god, it's gonna start raining. And pretty much I just had to like jump into that and like and kind of like go side to side, and that was fun. And but there's like tasks where it's like fun, there's tasks where it's like peaceful, there's tasks where it's like I just want to get out of here. But it's all been an interesting experience, and I'm probably gonna have to end this here too, because it's gonna start raining. I don't know if you could like tell with my glasses if you're watching, but I think overall the message is like, keep doing the work, go with the flow, in the sense of like, keep, if a door closes, open another one, figure out what your options are, and kind of like see what can you do at the moment. And also not being scared of doing the thing, because when I did a trip to Texas, I was definitely a bit scared of like, where am I gonna sleep, what am I gonna do, how am I gonna afford this. And it's just like things happen where it's just like, if you're meant to do it, like, it's gonna happen. Oh my god, my feet, my leg wants to sleep. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And another, just a quick story. This is so painful. But a quick story is, my money is very, very, very limited, right? For now, like, I am working on that abundance, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, the real thing here is that I don't have a lot of money, and I still have to pay rent at back home. So uh, I only had like $1,000, like $1,500, and it's crazy, because when I was coming back, I was like, damn, I gotta pay rent. Like, if I want to buy stuff, like, I'm not really gonna be able to afford, blah blah blah. And I was like asking God, like, give me some money, give me some money. Oh my god. And I had to pay rent at the end of the month. So April 1st, you gotta pay rent. For like most of us, that's a normal thing, right? So I was like, fuck, like, God, please, I need some money. So like pretty much like the whole month of March, I was like, okay, I need some money, because I was also, now I was like, it's so interesting, because I was like sad, so I wasn't really like working. I don't know, it's just so crazy to think about like how an environment could change you as well. Like, it's just, I was sad, but I was like figuring things out, but I was like wanting to sleep all day, but also like, okay, we gotta do certain things, or like, let's go cook outside. But pretty much the whole month of March, I was like asking God, like, God, I need money, but also, and then also like the surrendering part, which is such an interesting topic too, where it's like, sometimes you do surrender, but then you go back to like thinking about it, and then you surrender again, and it's like, okay, and it's like this back and forth. Sometimes I feel like it's just like a one-time thing, but like, no, I learned it's a back and forth thing, where it's like, okay, I surrender, and each time it just gets easier. So pretty much at the end of the story is that March 31st, March 31st, no, March 30th, my friend messages me and tells me, I have the money that I owe you. Can I sell you, or do you want cash? And to give some context of how much money she owed me about $1,000, a little bit more than $1,000. And this has been like a couple months ago that she's owed me, and I never really mentioned, because I didn't really need the money. I was like, if I need it, and I'll ask. I did ask for it a couple times, but like, oh, like, I don't have it, blah blah. I was like, oh, like, don't worry about it, it's fine. Whenever you do, just like let me know. And honestly, like, that's also how crazy coincidences or like things happen for a reason, because if she would have paid me that money like months ago, a year ago, I don't know what I probably would have spent that money. And so March 30th, she sent me a message. She's like, and I was like, oh, like Zelle is fine. Like, don't worry about it. Don't. She apologized, and then she's like, don't worry about it. Like Zelle is fine. And then she didn't message me that day at all. I was like, oh my god, thank goodness. I was so grateful. And then the next day, March 31st, she sends me the money, and she's like, oh, like, can you just confirm that you received the money, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh yeah, I got it. And for me, that experience was like honestly a fucking miracle. It was a fucking miracle, because I got $1,000, which was enough to pay rent and then an extra sum plus the other like $1,000 that I had. So it was like I still had savings. I had for emergency, and then also pay my credit card. That's another thing. So I was like, I need money to pay off my credit card. I need for rent, and I need for like things I need to buy here. So that was a fucking miracle, and I never like doubted God. I was just like, I know it's gonna happen. I don't know when it's happened, but it's gonna happen. Like it's gonna happen. I'm like, there's that certainty. And what's that phrase? Lord or behold, like oh behold. It was on my mind, and I don't know what it was, but yeah, it just happened. And for me, I was like in awe. I was in like miracle. Like this is a fucking miracle. Like, but this is just God's work, man. God's universe, Jesus, archangels, like all coming up together. Like okay, like here you go. Like, and it's like also like que se lo multiplique to my friend, where it's like you gave me this money. Like even though I gave it to you first, that you borrow it, like come bring it back or like receive it back. It's kind of like it was just like the most perfect moment. Like it's just so wild. And I don't know what she had to do or how long it took her to collect all this money, but it's just like for everything to kind of like the synchronicities is just crazy. And I'm asking for grandma for more money this month, and I still don't know how it's gonna happen because it's kind of crazy. Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna make money this month, but maybe you could make some donations. But yeah, I'm definitely working on that. And like maybe like a product side. Yeah, there's just so much like quality. I kind of want to make like a community and just like a bunch of people just like planning our goals and doing the thing and like giving us advice or just feedback or whatnot. So I think that's like doing vision boards monthly. I think that's gonna be pretty cool. I just need to figure things out a bit more. And yeah, man, just the message is really like go with the flow. No, there's gonna be challenges, but man, oh man, if you do the work and I think it's really like if God's like seeing you're doing the work, you're venciendo your miedos, you're getting out of your comfort zone. God is gonna give you what you need and what you want. Lo que deseas too, because that's another thing too. I've been working a lot on receiving. Like I'm doing the work, I'm doing the thing. No estoy esforzando or like hustle mentality. Like no, but it's also like receiving, doing what I know I have to do or what I can control. So, and that's something I've learned a lot with Azul. So it's pretty cool. Like there's a lot of factors that have led me where I am now and like the mindset I have now. And there's still a lot of there's a fucking caterpillar in my leg. Oh my god. I almost died. How the fuck did it get here? Get in my fucking Ew, I am trembling because there could be a fucking caterpillar anywhere in my body right now. Yo, I almost died. If you saw it, you're watching this on YouTube, you just got like this is what I'm saying. Like, there's so many insects in here where I'm just, and you don't even fucking feel them. I just looked like, how long has that been in my fucking life? I forgot what I was saying, but, and these are stories that I'm gonna tell, or that I'm gonna remember, like watching, like just like watching last year's episodes. I'm just like, that's fucking crazy. And like the Andrea that I was then is a different Andrea. Maybe not completely different, but definitely different and more confident, and or just like doing the thing more, or not thinking about it too much, or just like not being in funks all the time. Even though I was like in funks, it was more of like, I'm in a funk, okay, what can I do? Well, how can I start like moving this energy into a better, more neutral space, right? And then like sometimes there's gonna be those good days, those good moments, and therapy probably helped a lot too. I'm like just seeing if there's a fucking animal in my fucking shit scared the crap out of me. So to end this episode, I bought these cards, these like conversation cards, and I'm just gonna do, there's like 3 levels. I'm gonna do level 2 so I could answer the question. Usually like this is not sponsored, by the way, but I think it's a pretty cool game. I personally love these type of games. We're not really strangers. So pretty much like level 1 is kind of like perception. So it's like, how do we see the person? So whenever there's a question asked, you just add, like for example, there's a wild card. For example, what does my Instagram tell you about me? So for those who are watching, you will have to respond to that question about me. So if you were to go check my profile in Instagram, what does my Instagram say about me? Yo, I'm like going paranoid with this insects. I feel like there's insects now all over me. And that's the same thing goes with level 3. It's more of reflection. But you also answer that question as like level 1, but level 2, like you answer the question. Okay. And this is gonna be one question, but I'm just shuffling randomly. What's been the best compliment a stranger has ever given you? Ooh. And also like comment down below your answer as well. What's been the best compliment a stranger has ever given you? I'm gonna try, maybe I'll mirror the thing, but like, so what's been the best compliment a stranger has ever given you? Ooh. I think a funny one, and I was literally talking about this with my family because I was playing the game yesterday. I didn't get this question, but I told the same, or I'm gonna tell the same story, where it was when I was in Texas. I was putting gasoline on the car, right? Like putting gas in the car, and I was very chill. I was like on my outfit was very basic. It was like that sports tank top thing, and just like kind of like dress pants from Halara, but like those waffle ones. So it was like very chill, very like, my hair was down. I look decent, I look decent. And then there's this like older dude, senor, like probably in his 50s, and he was like I hope something like, I hope you don't mind, but you look really beautiful today, or you look really beautiful, and I hope you, and you should be told that every day, or something like that. And you'll think older guy creepy, but I feel like he said it so genuinely, where I'm like thank you, like it didn't feel anything like weird or like creepy. It was more like a genuine thing. And for me, I was like, oh my god, like thank you, I really appreciate it. I think that's been one of the comments, and it kind of like stood in my head, like, yeah, man, every day, like every day I should be told like I'm beautiful, and like that goes like for everybody. Like every day somebody should tell you like, oh man, you're so fucking beautiful, you're so pretty, blah blah blah. I admire your beauty. Like I think we definitely need more of that just in general in this world. But I think that's probably one of the what was the question, like the biggest compliment I've gotten in general. Like, and then like just like regular compliments always been my smile, like, oh, you have a really nice smile. I'm like, oh, thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah. And I think another one will be me trying to figure out if there's any more. But I think another one was like kind of like my courageousness, like being here in Tennessee. I feel like I've really come to learn that not everybody does this type of stuff, and it's that spontaneous or leaves things behind, or like, you know, worries. Like people worry about stability and money and whatnot. And like for me, it's like I just want to live life, man. I just want to live life. So I think like the compliment of being courageous and doing the thing and admiring that about me, I think that's also one of the biggest compliments. When the people tell me that, I feel like that's a big compliment as well for me. So I really appreciate those. I thought there was a caterpillar again. But yeah, that's, leave your comment down below on like on the question. I would love to read them, and hopefully I have time to reply, because I be reading them, but I forgot to reply to the messages for sure, or to the comments. But definitely do, I definitely read them. So we just leave them, even if I don't reply. Leave them. I will read them. And yeah, I am gonna double check again if there's any insects crawling on me, because apparently you can't even feel them. So yeah, and this is really fun. Again, this is not stranger. This is not sponsored, but it's definitely a cool game, just to kind of like talk and like just questions that you never would have asked or like thought about maybe. So, and there's like wild cards, there's reminders definitely. So I'll try to put a link down below, like Amazon link, if you want to check it out. And it is like an affiliate, but don't worry if you don't want to. Definitely a way to support the podcast episode and my financial wallet. But yeah, I still can't believe it's been a year since I went to Texas, and I can't wait to see what's gonna come after this. So yeah, I'm excited to share the experiences. I'm definitely gonna be putting out a video of me like farming and all these things. Definitely check out my social medias. I'm gonna try to post a bit more. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcast. And with that being said, have an amazing, beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.